Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how we factorize a quadratic trinomial using trial and error. Alright, so we've seen in the past how to factorize the quadratic trinomial using the quadratic formula. So in some instances, as we'll see, we don't always have to use the quadratic formula. We can just use trial and error and we can factorize these quadratic trinomials. Sometimes it's possible. So I'm going to show you how we go about doing that. Right, 4 functions right here, and I'm going to go through the process. So my first function is x squared plus 7x plus 6. And I want to, like I say, factorize it. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to have 2 factors. They're going to be linear binomials. What I'm really doing is I'm undoing the FOIL process. I'm reversing the FOIL process. If my leading term here is x squared, my 2 factors must begin with an x. It must be x plus or minus blank, x plus or minus blank. Next, I'm going to look at my constant term at the end. If I have here a plus, I know that my 2 terms must be either plus and plus or minus minus. Because in the FOIL process, these 2 terms here at the end are the last, and this is what will give me this constant here, the term at the end, in this case 6. And so I know it's either going to be a plus and a plus or a minus and a minus. Because I have here a plus, I know that it must be plus, plus. So now here's what I want to do. Here's how we go about the process. We're looking for factors of 6 that will combine to 7. So the factors of 6 are 3 and 2, or minus 3 and minus 2, 6 and 1, or minus 6 and minus 1, etc., etc. So I'm going to try, because I have here a plus and a plus, I'm going to try 6 and 1. Let's try that. So I've got here 6 and here 1. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus positive 6 times positive 1 is positive 6. And now to see if I have correctly identified the factors, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply these 2 terms together and these 2 terms together. And they should sum to whatever this term here is. So let's see if they do. 6 times x, that's 6x. 1 times x is plus x. 6x plus x is 7x. That's my central term, and so therefore I have factored it correctly. The factors of x squared plus 7x plus 6 are in fact x plus 6 times x plus 1. And if you were to now FOIL these 2 out, you would get this back, which tells me that I have factored it correctly. So that's how it's done. Let's take a slightly more challenging one. So the second function that I have is 2x squared plus 9x plus 4. 2x squared plus 9x plus 4. And I'm going to have 2 factors, 2 linear factors right here. Because my first term is a 2x squared, well 2 is a prime number, so I know that it's going to be, it can only be 2x and x. 2x times x will give me that 2x squared. So my 2 leading terms will be 2x and x. Now I'm looking for factors of 4. Well, factors of 4 could be 4 and 1, or minus 4 minus 1. Again, I should point out that because I have here a plus, I know it's going to be plus, plus, or minus, minus. But because I have here a plus, I know that it will be, in fact, plus, plus. That gives me a heads up. So I'm looking for factors of 4, so it could be 2 and 2, or 4 and 1, or 1 and 4. So let's try them out. I'll start with 2 and 2. Right? 2 times 2 is 4. Let's see. When I go here and here, do these sum to 9x? Well, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 2x is 4x. 2x plus 4x is 6x, and that is not 9x. And so these are not the correct factors. Right? So 2 and 2 do not work. Let's try something else. We said 1 and 4. So let's try 1 and 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Well, 1 times x, that's x. 4 times 2, that's 8. So I have plus 8x. And if I sum these, 8x plus 8x, oh, look at that, 9x. That is my central term. And so these here, 2x plus 1 times x plus 4, these are the factors of this quadratic trinomial. Again, if you wanted to just FOIL out the whole thing, you would see that you get 2x squared plus 9x plus 4 back. So we have factored it correctly. Okay, that's 2 down. The third one, 3x squared plus 7x plus 4. 3x squared plus 7x plus 4. All right. Let's take, again, I know I'm going to have two linear binomial factors. 3 is a prime number, so I know it's going to be 3x and x. 3x times x would be 3x squared. And we're looking for, again, factors of 4. Okay, so factors of 4. I have a plus here and a plus here, so I know it's going to be plus and plus. Factors of 4, same as last time, 2 and 2. Let's try 2 and 2 first to start with that. I know that 2 times 2 will give me 4. Well, this will give me 2x. And 2 times 3, that's 6x. 2x and 6x, that's 8x. That's not what I'm looking for, so that doesn't work. So it's not 8x. These are not the factors. 2 and 2 does not work. Let's try 4 and 1. 4 and 1. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times x, that's 4x. 1 times 3x, that's 3x plus 3x. 4 plus 3, that's 7x. That's what I want. 7x is the central term. And so these are the factors. 3x plus 4 times x plus 1. Again, if you FOIL this out, 3x times x, 3x times 1, 4 times x, 4 times 1. You will see that you get 3x squared plus 7x plus 4 back. So these are, in fact, the factors. So I'll try one more. Last one I have is 4x squared. 4x squared plus 13x plus 3. Okay, 4x squared plus 13x plus 3. Then I'm going to have factors like so. What's a little different this time is that I have here a 4x squared, and 4 is not a prime number. So it could be that I have 2x here and 2x here. That would 2x times 2x would be 4x squared. That would work. Or it could be that I have here 4x and here x. 4x times x would also give me 4x squared. So I need to do trial and error. I need to try both and just keep moving numbers around until I'm finding factors, until I find something that works. So I'm going to start with 4x and x. 3, well, again, it's plus 3, so I know it's going to be plus, plus, or minus, minus, but because there's here a plus, this will be here plus, and this will be plus. So 3 and 1, well, let's just try 1 and 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Here I have plus x. 3 times 4, I got lucky. 3 times 4 is 12, 12x. X plus 12x is 13x, and that's my middle term. You see I got lucky there. So 4x plus 1 times x plus 3, yes indeed, these are the factors of 4x squared plus 13x plus 3. And that's how it's done. This is how we can factor. Can't always do this, but with certain quadratic trinomials, it is worth trying the trial and error method first before we go to the quadratic formula. This is how you try that, the trial and error method. This is how you go about it. All right, thanks.